Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to bridge a really massive translation gap, the one between how we humans show affection and what actually makes a cat feel loved. I mean, if you've got a cat, you probably spend a whole lot of time trying to make sure your feline best friend feels, comfortable, safe, and absolutely adored. But there's this hidden disconnect happening right in your living room, literally every single day.
So let's just start right off the bat with a bit of a provocative question. Do you think your cat feels loved? Now you might immediately say, well, yeah, of course, but here is the fundamental issue. Cats simply don't measure love the way we humans do. There are these incredibly simple things your cat is quietly hoping you'll do, these really subtle interactions they're just waiting for that most of us never even think about. And the thing is, when you miss these cues, your cat definitely notices. They lack the vocabulary to actually tell you.
And honestly, that brilliantly illustrates our first big problem. We try to love cats like they're humans. We want to scoop them up, hug them, squeeze them, stare deeply into their eyes. But by applying our own human metrics of affection, we're entirely missing the subtle signals they are quietly hoping we understand. We're essentially speaking two completely different emotional languages. Our wires are totally crossed.
Okay, let's move into section 1, speaking their exact language.
Have you ever noticed your cat staring at you across the room and then they just slowly close their eyes? That isn't them just being sleepy. Surprisingly, according to researchers at the University of Sussex, staring with wide eyes actually feels like a challenge or even a threat to a cat. But returning a slow blink? That is literally the ultimate feline kiss. Think about it. In the wild, closing your eyes in front of another animal is a huge vulnerability. It means they absolutely do not see you as a threat. So when your cat does this to you, they're offering profound trust. The mistake we usually make is we just smile and look away, or worse, we stare back with wide, happy human eyes. What they really want is for you to return that exact same slow, soft-gazed rhythm. Studies actually show cats are significantly more likely to approach a person who slow blinks at them. It takes, 2 seconds? But it tells your cat absolutely everything they needed to hear.
Now, there's also some really fascinating science behind that embarrassing, high-pitched cat voice you probably use. Come on, we all do it. A 2022 study conducted in France proved that you aren't just being silly, you're actually doing exactly what your cat's brain responds to. Researchers played recordings of normal everyday voices and then high-pitched cat voices. And guess what? The cat showed almost no reaction to the flat, normal voice, but that high-pitched tone, they instantly perked up and engaged. But here is the absolutely crucial takeaway. It only worked when the voice belonged to their specific owner. When complete strangers used the exact same tone, the cat simply did not care. Using that voice signals warmth and safety, but only when it comes from you. So don't be embarrassed. They are quite literally waiting for you to use it.
All right, section 2, honoring their wild instincts. Let's see how this plays out.
So the crucial point right here is really understanding the biological hardware that's running inside your cat's brain. During playtime, your cat's brain is executing a very specific, hardwired hunting sequence. It goes stalk, chase, pounce, catch, kill, eat, and rest. But here's the problem. Most of us just wiggle a toy around until the cat gets tired, and then we just toss it back in the toy bin. By doing that, you're only giving them the first 3 steps. The actual catch never comes. You're leaving them frustrated, overstimulated, and weirdly unsatisfied because you're cutting off this exact sequence right before the grand finale. The fix for this is remarkably easy. Just let them win. Let them catch the toy, do those funny little back leg kicks to quote-unquote kill it, and then follow it up immediately with a small treat to simulate the eat phase. That completes the whole cycle, the whole shebang. It leaves them calmer, satisfied, and deeply bonded to you because, you finally played the game correctly.
And to further honor those instincts, we really have to realize a fundamental truth about how cats view our homes. Floor-level human furniture actually makes them feel incredibly vulnerable. Think about it. Most of our homes are designed at our knee level: sofas, chairs, beds. For a cat, spending their entire life looking up means they literally cannot survey the room for threats. It just doesn't feel safe to them. Giving them a spot that's above your eye level, like a really tall cat tree or just a cleared-off shelf on a bookcase, makes them feel safe, calm, and totally in control. Out in the wild, the cat who sits the highest is the one in charge. Give them that vertical space so they don't have to constantly seek refuge on top of your refrigerator.
Moving right along to section 3, rethinking intimacy and scent.
Do you ever get that feeling like your cat definitely wants to be near you, but the very second you reach out to pet them, they slide just barely out of reach? It's so frustrating, right? But listen, you aren't being rejected. You are actually being invited into something animal behaviorists call parallel presence.
Instead of reaching out to pet them and basically demanding an interaction, practicing parallel presence by just reading a book or, scrolling on your phone near them is actually exactly how bonded cats show intimacy. Think about bonded cats out in the wild. They don't cuddle 24/7. They sit a few feet apart, they watch the world go by, and they just exist together.
And I love this because it brilliantly illustrates the massive mindset shift we need to make. When you give them this physical space without demanding physical touch, you're essentially telling them, hey, I don't need anything from you. I just like being here with you. You're communicating fluently in their native language, that you don't need to extract affection from them. By doing this, you're building immense trust in real time without overwhelming their senses. Seriously, try it out. Just sit quietly with them. You will absolutely notice them inching closer and closer over time.
Okay, now let's talk about scent. To put things into perspective, a cat's sense of smell is about 14 times stronger than ours. 14! So when you see your cat fast asleep on that hoodie you just took off, they aren't just being weird, they're doing something deeply intentional. Your specific scent is literally one of the most comforting things in their entire environment. It tells them they are home and they are safe. Leaving your worn clothes out literally wraps them in your comforting presence. If you work really long hours or you travel a lot, leaving out a worn t-shirt significantly reduces their separation anxiety and stress. So before you quickly toss that gym hoodie right into the laundry basket, maybe consider just leaving it in their favorite resting spot for the day.
Which brings us to our final part, Section 4, Unlocking Deep Emotional Memory. Okay, let's dive into this final secret, because this is a real game changer. By gently stroking your cat with a clean, slightly damp, soft-bristled toothbrush, you're basically doing a form of emotional time travel. It sounds crazy, but the shape of the bristles, the rhythm of the strokes, and the room temperature water perfectly mimic a mother cat grooming her tiny kittens. When you do this, it sends this incredibly powerful, ancient message of absolute safety directly into their nervous system. It tells them, you are safe, you are loved, and you are home.
But you gotta do it right. You want to focus on the exact spots a mother cat would focus her attention on. We're talking the forehead, the cheeks, and right behind the ears. Just watch how they react, closing their eyes, the deep purring, leaning heavily into the brush. This technique is absolutely incredible for rebuilding trust from the ground up. It's especially amazing for rescue cats or cats with a rough past who really need to completely rewire how they feel about physical touch. It costs literally nothing, takes maybe 5 minutes, and it provides this profound sense of security they probably haven't felt since they were a little kitten. So the crucial point of everything we've talked about today is that love requires translation. Now that you actually know the secret language of your cat, from honoring that slow blink, to actually finishing the hunt, to providing parallel presence and trying out that wet toothbrush technique, what one thing are you going to change today to show them love in a way they truly understand? Seriously, just start with one of these shifts and watch how your cat absolutely transforms when they finally realize you are speaking their language.